I want to teach you the 5 P's of creating wealth. The 5 P's of creating wealth. Tell your neighbor the 5 P's of creating wealth. You have a pen and paper. Aha. So, the first one is package. Tell your neighbor, package. Package yourself. Package yourself. One of the most frequently asked questions, and Trufi was asking you guys to ask me a question. So let me just preempt it because I know it is coming. One of the most frequently asked questions I get is, Pius, how can I create wealth when I have nothing left to invest or to save? How can I create wealth when I have nothing left to save and invest? Is that question familiar? Yeah? I know that question is coming, so let me answer it before it is asked. And as I was pondering this question, I was brought to Exodus chapter 4, verse 1. You know, this is the different thing about me and us in Nabo. As guys, we teach you money and we're also preaching to you, you know. So let's get some encouragement. Exodus chapter 4, verse 1 to 3. It says, Then Moses answered and said, But suppose they will not believe me or listen to my voice. Suppose they say, The Lord has not appeared to you. So the Lord said to him, What is that in your hand? What is that in your hand? He said, a rod. And he, God, said, Cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from it. What is it in your hand? What is it in your hand? That which is in your hand is your starting point. It is enough. What is it in your hand? Let me give you my own short story. When I got my first job, fresh from campus, completely green, my first assignment was to do bank reconciliation. And there was a backlog of 2 years. And I know accountants in the house, I can see they are smiling because they know what that means. It was nightmare. I could barely sleep. 2 years of backlog of bank reconciliation. And I was given this stack of bank statements and a computer. There was no laptops. A computer. And the Excel was open. I was paralyzed. I didn't know what to do with this stack of papers and how they will enter into this computer. And then I would come out with a product called reconciliation. I must have spent like a day or two just paralyzed. And one day, the chief accountant walked out of his office and came to my desk and looked at me and he knew I was stuck, and he pulled a chair next to mine. And he sat there, opened a new Excel worksheet. And the next few minutes, the things that he did with that Excel worksheet shocked me. What was a big problem for me was suddenly broken down. I had a breakthrough, you know. I had an idea on how to move forward from here. And what he did for me is that he pricked my curiosity. And I started really studying, analyzing, understanding how to use this powerful tool called Excel. I was also very privileged to have other people who were starting their career as me. And we became so good that at some point we were now challenging each other. Who can work for the longest without a mouse? And over time, we no longer needed our mouses. Our mouse, it was slowing us down. We were moving, we were breezing through those apps as in you couldn't tell where we were because it was just fast. We became experts. We mastered Excel. We became so good. And that gave me a very important skill called analytical skills. Strong analytical skills. And when one of my colleagues took my CV and sent it without me knowing to Toyota, I was called for an interview. And I presented myself and I was asked what I'm good at. I explained what I'm good at. And then I was hired. And after I was hired, I asked, what did you guys see in me that you hired me? And they said, the person that I was coming to replace was so good in Excel, in analysis, that they did not know anyone else who could replace him. So when they saw my CV and my skill set, I was a perfect recruit. So what is the lesson here? Number one, everybody who is seated here has God-given gift. You have a God-given gift. And what's a God-given gift? A gift is an ability. A gift is an ability. Being able to do something. I had an ability to learn. You have an ability to learn. You have some ability. And for me, this was my introduction to Excel. What is it in your hands? I had some beginning knowledge of Excel. That is what was in my hand. When you have a gift, you go to the second thing, which is to make it a skill. How do you make a gift a skill? By mastering the gift, mastering the ability of that doing. I became a master in analyzing data on Excel. And that I transformed it from a gift to a specialized skill. So your gift must move to what? A skill, and a specialized skill. Number 3, once you've mastered the skill, you must get the tools. A skill is very good, but a tool amplifies the products of your skill. A tool amplifies your skill. So my tool was a computer. I had a skill now and I had a computer. When you combine a skill and a tool, you end up with an offering. You combine a skill and a tool, you end up with an offering. Now you have something that you can offer unto others. Can I hear some amen? What was my offering? My offering was this exceptional analytical skills. When you give me a computer plus my knowledge of Excel, my offering is exceptional analytical skills. That was what was offering. And finally, once you have this offering, you've got to package it. You've got to package it. And there are several ways you can package your offering. You can package it in a CV. You can package it in a brochure. You know? So, when you package yourself, then you are able to present yourself unto others. Now, this is a very important question. I want you to ask your neighbor, on your left or your right. A very simple question, but very fundamental. Ask your neighbor, what do you do? I am sure some of you don't even understand what your neighbor is saying, that they do. And I'm sure others, they have received such a long statement. It is a paragraph, an essay. What do you do? What do you do? Allow me to take to test my people in Nabo. Felix, just come. You can leave your camera there. It's safe. Simple statement. You can remove your mask. You're safe. Tell me, what do you do?
I'm Felix Ochieng, a digital storyteller at Nabo Capital.
He's a digital storyteller. Who loves that? You love it? What he's doing right now, he's telling a story on digital. Are you together? What is your elevator pitch? When you meet Trophy on the lift and she's your target client, you don't have time to give her essays and paragraphs. What do? What is that thing you say and she will not forget you? That's your packaged offering. What do? I'm in the business of making people wealthy. Who connects with that? Who can be my customer? All of you, right? It's easy. It's simple. Isn't it, eh? And then it speaks to your audience. It speaks to your customer. So what do you? If you have paragraphs, please go and repackage yourself. If your neighbor has not understood it, please go and repackage your offering. It is still not clear. Sawa? So we are done with the first P. But before I finish on the first P, Proverbs 18 verse 16 says, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. My exceptional analytical skills brought me before great men. You are here because someone offered you something that spoke to you. Many of you who probably came, and today one of the highlights was to listen to Pius, is because there's a packaged offering that has reached you and has spoken to you. I won't belabor that anymore. So number one is do what? Package yourself.